always here to serve and getting you through this Wednesday. Excuse me for getting up so quickly. I had something very, very important to attend to because, you know what, it's Transport Month and it's observed in October to increase awareness among South Africans on road safety. And road accidents are the single biggest killer of healthy children in South Africa with traumatic brain injury. Now, we do have a very special guest, Associate Professor Ursula Rohlwink from the Division of Neurosurgery and Neuroscience Institute, UCT, and the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital, as well as a fantastic senior scientist from the African Brainchild, joining us to unpack the stats and to discuss a new awareness campaign called Be Quick to Click. Let us click with you, Ursula. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's lovely to chat to you, and it's such an important cause as well because, you know, you can say it over and over again. You know, a seatbelt does seem, oh, it's uncomfortable, you know. How do we make seatbelts cool again for those kids and also educate the entire family unit as well, which is fantastic. So just looking at this particular campaign, if I think about how important it is in South Africa, some of the stats will shock you. Right.
Yes, they will.
I mean, just anecdotally, you know, the stats that come to mind that we need to know is just sort of layman, just looking at this particular, I'm going to call it a pandemic of a lack of seatbelts.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So for us in the Pediatric Neurosurgery Unit at Red Cross, so Red Cross sees about 2,000 admissions a year for a suspected head injury, and of those, 40 to 50 of those children have a severe head injury and land up in our ICU.
Oh, dear.
And we work very hard to save those lives and give those children a fighting chance for a fulfilling future. But what we realized is that of those children that come to us with a severe head injury because they were a passenger in a motor vehicle accident, only 4 out of 100 children was wearing a seatbelt. So 96% of those children are not wearing seatbelts. And these are massive numbers of preventable deaths.
Prevention is key in this regard. What is the cause? What is the reason? Do you think it's the lack of education? Is it the rush of South African socio-economic lifestyle? What is going on? You know, I think it's important to research that as a start point.
Absolutely. So within our group in the African Brainchild, we're doing quite a lot of research to answer those questions.
Okay.
You know, what are the drivers of severe head injuries in children relating to road traffic accidents? Where are these accidents happening? Are they happening in public transport? Are they happening on the way to school? Are children wearing seatbelts? Are they not wearing seatbelts? We're trying to unpack what the causes really are. But the major issue is definitely seatbelts. And we know from data that's been published by a number of researchers, including the WHO, that wearing a seatbelt reduces the chance of a fatal injury for passengers in the front of a car by about 40 to 50% and reduces that chance in passengers at the back of the car by about 25%. And we know that seatbelts or proper restraints in children reduce their chance of dying in a motor vehicle accident by 60%.
Wow. Okay, well, I mean, that's definitely a good motivator to actually get this done. But now let's talk about the campaign, Be Quick to Click. It's got a good catchy thing to it as well. Also, I picture this being quite versatile in South African culture. You know, we have so many beautiful languages. We have so many different clicks.
Exactly.
You know, so can you imagine having a kid in the car, right, and saying, right, we're going to learn a word today, like, you know, and as you click in your seatbelt, say it. How beautiful would that be to actually build it as an educator, but also something that should be, you know, second nature to all the parents and kids?
Absolutely. So that's one of the reasons we chose the slogan. We felt that it had that sort of universality across our population, and it hopefully will become something which children remember, that parents can educate their children to be quick to click, put that seatbelt on, and be safe in motor vehicles. And so as part of this campaign, you know, because we see so many of these children and we see the most severe forms of injury in these children, we really wanted to add our voice to creating awareness around the fact that these are preventable deaths, and all it takes is actually wearing a seatbelt. So there are many fantastic organizations out there doing education, training and work. We're partnering with some of those organizations like Child Safe, which is affiliated with Red Cross as well, Wheel Well, which does a great job in actually collecting car seats that can be donated.
Oh, lovely.
So there's a lot of amazing work going out there, and we wanted to add our voice to that as the group that really sees these children in the worst situation.
I wish we had an hour to completely chat about this, but if there's any resources we can go to find out more about the campaign, as well as the African Brainchild Initiative, can you just remind us to where to go?
Yes, absolutely. So we have our own website, theafricanbrainchild.com.
Lovely.
And then we have a microsite attached to that for the Quick-to-Click campaign. And on that website, we've got links to ChildSafe, WheelWell, and a couple of other key resources. Those foundations have great educational resources on their websites for parents and society in general.
Ursula, thank you so much for bringing this campaign to light. I mean, this conversation already, I can picture so many parents who are hopping into cars, taking their kids to school. This is top of mind now, and I think that's part of it.
I hope so. If we could achieve that, then we've done our job.
Lovely.
So we can really just encourage people, be quick to click.
There we go. Let's be quick to click. I'm loving that, and hopefully it'll inspire you as well to do that this morning. And do remember, I've got a quote for you. I'm always full of quotes, especially in a morning like this. So, you know, in the words of Professor Anthony Fagaji, who heads the Pediatric Neurosurgery Unit at the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital and the Africa Brainchild Initiative, there is an African saying that it takes a village to raise a child. But also takes one to protect it. We need to rally personal responsibility around seatbelt usage. Don't forget, be quick to click.
What a great conversation, and what a great feeling it is when you know what you get to look forward to on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Now, in the entertainment news, there's something to look forward to, of course.